But we can no longer sit idle and still, or decisions will be made for us. And we all know what grandma buys us when we say, well, it doesn't matter, just buy me whatever. Another pair of fucking socks. What's going on? Have you ever stared into the sun? Or maybe the sun's in your eyes while you're driving. It's bright as hell. Man, you have to shield your eyes or you can't even see what's in front of you. You're not able to focus on the task at hand. And I think that's the scenario that we're in as men. The world offers us a lot of options, albeit bullshit options, and we stare into them. And they're so overwhelmingly bright with distracting nonsense, we just choose to cover our eyes, and in doing so, we lose focus of everything. How many of us have watched the news or been on social media or had conversations with people where we're like, fuck this, and we find it easier to bury our heads in the sand. And so we really never make any impactful decisions, and the choices we do make are usually fragranced with the aroma of conditioned bullshit. We have become indecisive. And so I truly believe we're at a state where men willfully resign themselves to a state of stagnant, sideline sitting zombie existence. We don't see a rise of men standing up saying, I choose to be a bad motherfucker. I choose to own my life. I choose to live instead of following the laid out paths leading to the prisons set before me. Instead, as I stated earlier, we see a large proportion of men sitting on the sidelines. Nobody's making the decision to stand up and say, I want my fucking life back. And this indecisiveness is born from the anxiety of having to make decisions. Men have become anxious-ridden and emotional, effeminate beings. Thank you, you socialist left fucking commies. And so it reminds me of this story. There was this farmer and he needed some help. So he hired a helping hand, and on the first day he asked the guy, hey man, can you saw some logs? The guy said yes. So he showed him where to go. The guy started the task at hand. The farmer went back to his home, and at the end of the day, he came and was amazed. The hired hand had sawed every log, and not only that, but sawed them into perfection. And so he said, okay, man, all right, I got something for you tomorrow as well. And the next day, he led the guy out to the fields to have him mend some fences. The farmer returns at the end of the day, and to his astonishment, the hired hand had fixed every damn fence that needed fixing. The farmer was truly amazed. He said to himself, man, what am I going to do with this guy? This dude's amazing. He's going to change my life, change my farm. He's going to make me rich. And so the next morning, he says, all right, man, I got a job for you. He brings the man into a basement where it's filled with potatoes. And he tells the guy, I want you to sort these potatoes into 3 groups. The first group being the good ones that we're going to sell to the public. The second group will be the potatoes where we're going to use their seeds to sow for future potatoes. And the third group will be the ones that are bad. We're going to toss those potatoes out later. He walks up the steps happily thinking to himself, man, this guy's going to get this finished quick. 2 hours later, the hired hand walks to the farmer's office. He knocks on the door. And the farmer's thinking to himself, oh yeah, man, he delightfully shouts, oh man, come in, he's pumped. He thinks, oh my God, this dude did it in a couple of hours, he's amazing. But the hired help says, you're just going to have to let me go, man. I think I need to move on. And the farmer asks, why, man, you're freaking excellent. You're the best hand I've ever had. What's the deal? And so the helper says, man, well, sawing the logs, that was pretty freaking easy. Fixing the fence, that was easy too. But these potatoes, man, it's all about decisions this, decisions that. There's too many damn decisions. I don't have time for all of that. And he walked out of the farmer's office. And we can laugh at that and say, what? That's stupid. But at the current state we're in, and have many times been in, it presents us with that same line of thinking. Oh my God, I don't want to make a choice. I don't want to deal with that. I can't make that decision. All this is too much pressure. In life, we're going to fail. We're going to fall. We're going to make mistakes. Hell, we've made mistakes. But we're still here. We're still alive. We're still breathing. Hell, hopefully, we're even a little better than we were the day before, or the decision before, of yesterday, yesteryear. We make bad decisions. That's part of life. But we learn from those. And I think what keeps us stuck and in that indecisive place is that anxious thought or feeling of, What if I choose wrong? What if I choose the wrong options? And oh my God, what if I mess up? Newsflash, you're going to mess up. You have, you are, you will again. But we learn from those and we keep making decisions. The more decisions we make, hopefully, the better we get at making them. That's the state men need to be in. To think of our origins, those men that didn't have time to hem-haw around because their lives depended on being decisive and quick. There was always an enemy ever present. And while we may not have that physical enemy lurking to chop our head off, we do have the metaphorical enemies always willfully ready to chain us to another distraction. Let's quit staring into the superficial lights of neon bullshit and start staring inward. That inward man thunders for us to make a decision of action and to cut the head off of indolent indecisiveness. A man makes decisions, and when needed, he remedies the decision to adapt to the current climate. But we can no longer sit idle and still, or decisions will be made for us. And we all know what grandma buys us when we say, well, it doesn't matter, just buy me whatever. Another pair of fucking socks. Love and respect, gentlemen. Start making decisions. You will hear from me next episode.